Hey horseman, let's go for a stroll.
I'm back in Liverpool and everything seems the same, but I worked something out last night that changed this little boy's brain. A small piece.
Welcome to Back Maryland Street, kind of the back street I live on, as noted in the blog previously. This is the Scream, a nice nearby local student pub, heavily populated usually. This, I believe, is Maryland Street proper. Still, Scream, also known as the Hope and Anchor. I don't know why it's called both. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, unless they are in fact two different pubs. Perhaps they are. I don't know. Take a slight detour back towards the main road. This is Hardland Street, and this is the most famous pub in all of Liverpool, which I will induct you to next week. The Philharmonic, noted for its famous toilets. This is a pub I've been frequenting quite a lot. The Casa. I usually find Paul, my boss, outside of here before 4 o'clock, about every work day. Not today, because we're meeting at 4 o'clock to actually start working. That's how I can do my walking tour before I actually do anything. Needless to say, Casa's a good place for cheap drinks. Over here is a capoeira studio / dance studio. Here's the Clove Hitch. I have never been inside. Here's something or other. Here's a house. You're now approaching the Everyman Theater and Everyman Bistro and Bar. Can't say I've been inside the Everyman Theater. I have been inside the bistro though. And let me tell you, as expensive as it is, delicious. Wonderful, wonderful rhubarb crumble there with meringue topping. To die for. So, when I said I lived, the villa was on South Hardland Street, I was lying out of my ass. It's actually on Hope Street. It's called Hope Street for a very specific reason. Because at both ends are cathedrals, including this one. This is the Metropolitan Cathedral of Christ the King. This was finished construction in the 70s. It is a mixture of 60s architecture and new ideas of 70s architecture, namely because funding was running low. It's a Catholic church, and I've never been inside, so we're going to go jaunt up it.
Big collections, boxes of that. So let's see what yes.
Out of the way, and with the spiritual moment out of the way, we'll continue our walking tour. But for next week, I will also show you the other part of Hope Street. That cathedral, very far away. Now we are well on my way to the Victoria Gallery Museum, where I am based out of for work. You may have noticed I have purchased a ridiculous looking biker jacket. But I promise you, I do not look out of character here. I think I've stumbled onto something.
However, rather hypocritically, along with Tesco's and other I'm back in Biker Scotland, so I've put the most money into
It's actually relatively calm at the university. It's exam week, so there's going to be a massive massive drop in population pretty shortly. And welcome to where I work. This is the Victoria Gallery and Museum on Brownlow Hill. Hello, it's Max. Okay. And welcome to where I work. Ah, they closed off my room. Well, I would show you where I work, but it's closed. Brief tour. Here's where in the future I will make copies. Here's where I make my tea. This is Trisha's office. Random education opportunities people. And Natalie and company. Well, horsemen, that concludes my walk to work. I am now going to go walk back home and burn these CDs that Paul gave me. Paul was the man with the gray hair you may have seen for a second. He's my day-to-day boss, like Andy Bourdain. But hopefully you're all doing well. I am doing well over here. A little tired, a little worse for the wear. All the partying, all the sex, the drugs, and the rock and roll, it caught up. So I'm taking it easy. But lovely to hear from you all. Cheers.